Hi guys, welcome to the Random Burrito where we talk about books, food, gaming, pop culture, and sometimes occult stuff. So today I just received my decks from Labyrinthos.co. It's an independent publisher of tarot cards and other occult items. And this is a company made by Tina Gong. And I just received their tarot, oracle, and Lenormand decks. And I've already opened them because I do a ritual whenever I receive new decks to welcome them into my practice. And I will just be doing a flip through of each deck, starting with the tarot deck here. So this is Arcana Irisakra by Tina Gong, and this roughly translates to Secrets of the Sacred Rainbow. And as you can see, it's in a sturdy box with gold metal plating at the corners. And if you are still in the broom closet, or if you are not yet out in your practice, this could really cover up as like a legit book. You just put it in the corner. It looks like a nondescript book. So let's open it. There's this ribbon, and it comes with this leaflet or pamphlet, and there we go. So the different major arcana, the different suits, and this is not a Rider-Waite deck, not a Rider-Waite-Smith deck. It's actually a Thoth deck, like the Egyptian god Thoth. And you can see the difference because you have here the Fool, and instead of a person, about to jump off a cliff, we have these two beasts, the zodiac glyphs. We have the sun in the genital area representing the force and power of creation. So that's one of the major differences. It just follows the standard numbers or order, except for a few. So we have here Adjustment. This is the Justice card in the standard Rider-Waite-Smith deck. And we have, instead of Strength, we have Lust. And the definition or the interpretation for these cards are explained in the pamphlet. And that's because this is a different, this comes from a different belief, a different interpretation of, the Fool's journey, different from what A.E. Waite had imagined. So here, instead of Temperance, we have Art, which is about the art of alchemy, mixing, balancing stuff. We still have the Devil, the Star, the Moon, the Sun. Instead of Judgment, we have Aeon. Instead of the World, we have the Universe. And so let's go to the Minor Arcana. So the Minor Arcana are kind of a pip deck. So when we say pip deck, it means that they don't depict the full scene. Basically, it's just, if it's the Ace of Wands, it just shows one wand. If it's the Two of Wands, just two wands. Okay, and the Rider-Waite-Smith, it's like a really like a scene that tells a story. So here we have this title. It says Dominion. So in the ancient Kabbalah tradition, each minor arcana card has a name. So this one is the Lord of Dominion, and we have the astrological correspondence, which is Mars in Aries. So Mars in Aries is like a very aggressive, dominating energy, fitting for fire. So we have Dominion, and as you can see, you have the different colored rainbows here. So that's alluding to the sacred rainbow in the title of the deck. So when we're talking about pip decks, it's important that you take note of their number and you take note of the colors of the deck, because that's how they communicate the meaning. So in the court cards as well, So instead of page, you have princess. Instead of knight, you have prince. We still have the queen, and we have, instead of the king, we have the knight of wands. So if you're switching from Rider-Waite to this soft deck, it might take a while for you to adjust. So I would not necessarily recommend this for beginners, but once you have like a basic foundation of the Rider-Waite Smith interpretation, feel free to jump right into this. So again, you can see the rainbows. Okay, and so there you go for the swords, the cups. You can actually download the app, and on the app you can see the illustrations. It's about the cards. They have gilded edging. The cards are not glossy, so when you receive them, they don't stick together. Because when they're gilded and they're glossy, when you receive them, they tend to stick together because of the heat. But I didn't have that problem here because they are matte, almost linen finish. And the card stock is a good, sturdy stock. The backs are perfectly reversible. Well, not really perfectly, because there. It passes for reversible. Then we have this lotus and lemniscate symbol, so it gives off that Egyptian vibe. I don't shuffle my cards. I do overhand shuffling, and then when you want to get reversals, you just have to spread them out and then swirl them around like mahjong tiles. But I don't prefer shuffle. I know people who do, and it's fine, it's their deck, but personally I just don't. I think it's just so cruel. I could hear my bones creaking when I hear somebody riffle shuffling. So that's it for the tarot deck, the Arcana Irisakra, Secrets of the Golden Rainbow, of the Sacred Rainbow, rather. And now on to the Oracle deck. This is the Clavis Astrologically, the Irisakra, still by Tina Gong. This roughly translates to astrological keys of the sacred rainbow. And this Oracle deck comes with, as usual, a pamphlet. You have the sun, the lunar phases, and the zodiac glyphs. So we have the zodiac signs, we have the planets, we have lunar events, and the houses, and including how to use, like what spreads to use, stuff like that. And I got this deck primarily because I have clients who would want to ask what would this next person that I'll meet be like, what's my soulmate gonna be like. So this would really help out a lot. So if you're new to astrology, astrology is more than just zodiac signs. So we have the zodiac signs here from Aries, we have Taurus, Gemini, Cancer, Leo, Virgo, Libra, Scorpio, Sagittarius, Capricorn, Aquarius, Pisces. There we go. In addition to the zodiac signs, another influence on your astrological chart would be the planets or the heavenly bodies. So we have the sun, the moon, Mercury. So based from the guide, Terra or the Earth was just included here for depiction, and it says feel free to just put that aside. So we have Venus, Mars, Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, Neptune, Pluto. Really nice. So for Pluto, we have the moth, a symbol of transformation and death. And we have the pomegranates, which is a sacred fruit for Persephone. And then we have the houses, which is like different areas in our lives. So we have self, the first house of self, second house of value, third house of intellect and expression, fourth house of origins or home or foundation, the fifth house of creativity and play. We have the sixth house of service and routine. We have the seventh house of partnerships and love, eighth house of transformation, death and power, ninth house of journeys and higher intellect. We have 10th house of ambition and reputation. We have 11th house of society and friendships. We have 12th house of secrets. And then we have new moon, waxing, crescent, first quarter, waxing gibbous, full moon, waning gibbous, last quarter, waning crescent, lunar and solar eclipses. So one of the suggestions in the pamphlet on how to use it is to combine these cards by sign, planet, and house. So sample interpretation, you have Aries, you have Sun in Aries on the first house. So what does that mean? So let's say you're asking, what does my future soulmate look like? You have Sun in Aries on the first house. So this means that at first glance, this person would seem maybe domineering or dominating. At first, they can be very aggressive. They like to take the lead. Always, they give you that aura of a natural born leader. So that's a sample interpretation. So if you're planning to do additional study into astrology, or you're just a fan of Greco-Roman gods, then feel free to look into this. So these are the backs. Again, there's that marbled effect, gilded, good cardstock, matte, almost linen finish. So they didn't stick together when they arrived. And it's really cute, very travel friendly, for when you go to meet your clients for readings, or when you do readings for yourself outside your home, carry it around with you. It's perfectly portable. And lastly, we have my Lenormand deck. So what's a Lenormand deck? When people ask for fortune telling, when they want to know the future, let's say they want to know, will it rain tomorrow? Will my package arrive this Friday? Most likely you would pull out a Lenormand deck instead of a tarot deck. So the main difference between the tarot deck and the Lenormand deck is when you're asking about things of grave importance, things that is causing you anxiety, maybe things in the present that you may have missed, you ask the tarot cards for that. The Lenormand can answer that too, but if you're just asking for more mundane things, more everyday things, then I suggest you use a Lenormand deck rather than a tarot deck, because tarot decks are meant for bigger stuff, and you would do a disservice to your tarot deck if you just assign it to answer mundane questions. So here we have the 7th Spear Lenormand, still from Labyrinthos. It does an explanation for each of the cards, 1 to 36. It also has sample spreads. So Lenormand decks are read minimum 3 cards. So that's because they need to form a sentence, okay? Unlike tarot cards where you can just do 1 card pull, and you'll have multitudes of meaning. Here in the Lenormand deck, it's more singular, it's more minimalist. So let's say you have Tower, Star, and Moon. So each card has a set meaning, and you'll string a sentence using these cards. So Tower is like a solid structure, a solid institution, We have the star, which means a goal or goals. And then moon, which is all about work or reputation. So if I were to make a sentence out of it, I would say that the institution of your dreams will be where you will work. So you will get, your dream job is the reading. And unlike tarot cards, Lenormand are they work best if the imagery is uncluttered. So here we have vector-based images. So tower, you really see a tower. Star, star. Moon, there we go. So it's very straightforward. And the way it answers a question is also straightforward. So here we have anima, which is feminine energy, not necessarily a woman. And then we have animus, which is the male energy. See, like the contrast here, it's rigid, solid, sharp lines. With anima, it's more flowy, The color palette is also polar opposites. So I think it's Carl Jung who coined the terms animus and anima. I have to brush up my Psych 101. But yeah, that's the 7th sphere Lenormand. They're actually made of plastic, so they're durable and they're waterproof. For when your clients or when you would cry because of the reading that you got, well, at least the cards won't get wet. But yeah, it's really good to shuffle. See, they shuffle beautifully. Also, at the upper right corner, you'll notice there's a 9 of spades, 8 of spades, queen of diamonds. That's because you can actually create your own Lenormand deck based off a standard playing card deck. Just follow the correspondence on the upper right card, and the deck that you will be using as your Lenormand deck has to be a deck that wasn't used for games. Okay, so it has to be like pristine condition, hasn't been used for games or gambling. Okay, so that's it for now. We have these 3 lovely decks from Labyrinthos.co. The delivery was done via DHL. Took me about almost 2 weeks, and they were really worth the wait. And stay tuned for more unboxing videos where I will show my collection of tarot, oracle, and Lenormand decks so far. So this has been wonderful talking to you guys, and thank you so much for watching, and stay tuned for our next video. And for our live stream, we usually go live 11 a.m. Eastern, 11 a.m. Hong Kong, Manila time. That's 11 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, usually on the weekends. Okay, so that's it. Enjoy the rest of the day. Bye.